Welcome to our podcast channel and yet another episode of You Can Be the Change. And today we are talking about an enterprising entrepreneur with us, Drashi Shah, who has an experience and a career to talk about. And we thought, why not? We let the other our listeners listen to her and see that how they can get inspired from her journey. So thank you so much, Drashi, for gracing our channel and agreeing to be part of our podcast channel and kind of sharing your journey or your life journey with us. And before we start getting into the deep dives of the better stuff, how about you talking about yourself and sharing with us your, about your introduction for us, please?
Yeah. Firstly, hi Saganda, thank you so much for letting me have this opportunity. And definitely, this is going to be something wonderful that I was always looking forward to. So, thank you so much. And talking about myself, I have done my engineering in 2015. So, starting from that, my engineering background, I was working in one of the non tech firm for 10 months. It was good. It was first job. So, definitely, first job का जो हम सबको होता है कि हाँ चलो पहली job है बहुत अच्छी है. It was great. Later on, I wanted to move to some tech part. So I pursued my courses and further education in Pune. और जो पुणे के जो courses थे उससे I was able to get the job in Bangalore. So I was in Bangalore for almost 5 to 6 years.
Okay.
Over there, I was working in the semiconductor domain as well as in the tech part that is called as OFC domain. So Bangalore में ये journey ऐसी start हुई that there I was working as a actual जो IT techie जो कहते हैं वैसे ही I was working just like everyone else. And then the transition took place that was during the COVID hours. So COVID duration में ये हुआ that everyone was at home and the people were having something or different to find out a new activity. During that time, I guess that was my main turning point. एक ऐसी चीज हुई कि okay, I was already too much attached to education and teaching as I come from a similar background. My mom is a civil engineer, she's also a tutor, and my dad is also from a medical uh, department, and he is also into education. So I believe this education and teaching was always in my veins. This has just gotten up me over here. So during that time, along with my jobs and every time, what I used to do on the weekends is कि बस अपनी एक्टिवा ली और उसमें एक बोर्ड रखा and I used to go to the nearby area wherever underprivileged kids used to be there. कुछ ना कुछ उनको पढ़ाना. I feel like this is my best weekend. तो ये सब दौर चलता रहता था. And during COVID time, things happened in such a manner I got a call from one of the neighbor and she asked me that we are already into online zone. Everything is has been converted into online during that era. So what was happening is why don't you cater my child for the education? And I said, okay, let me give a try. Being into IT firm, I was already aware कि हाँ कैसे ये सारा हमें workout करना है online, so it was quite easy for me. And then slowly, gradually, I switched to online platform for the education. And that was the main turning point where I realized कि नहीं, this is something which I have to do. जब से जॉब करते थे और एक ये वो गुज्जू दिमाग होता है कि नहीं खुद का कुछ करना है खुद का कुछ चाहिए so I was always looking for this thing कि हाँ चलो खुद का कुछ try करना है but to be honest teaching is such a niche line and it's a noble cause. Definitely it's a noble cause, but somewhere in the society it's not considered in that higher level. काफी जगह पे society में आज भी it is considered, oh, you are just a teacher, oh, you are just into teaching firm. It's a cakewalk thing. So I was a bit skeptic about that thing. Being an engineer and doing this engineering firm, if I'll be opting for this thing, what would be the impact to the society or what I might have to, go through and everything. But everything was coming up to me. Right. I'm like, okay, chalo, ho jayega dheere dheere. Right. After COVID zone, again, I came up to this thing, ki chalo, theek hai, I have to start something. And during that time, it happened okay, I have to start my own academy. So along with my job, I guess I started this academy. I was working parallelly. And then after 2020, that is in 2021, In March 2021, I quit my job and then I started full-fledged Waters Academy.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we dig deep into your academy and all, but this is so heartening to know about your career progression. And somewhere I would say I'm pretty close to it because I come from a family of teachers. Like my
Oh, amazing.
grandfather was a lecturer in the college, and my all my aunts and and my uncles are teachers. And my sister herself is a teacher, so
Amazing.
into a engineering college. So she so and actually I started my career, so I pivoted the other way. So I, of course, I also did my masters in computers, but I started my job as a teacher. So I was teaching into an engineering college, and then of course got into the corporate. So somewhere reverse to what you did. you know so, so very well can connect with what you are doing, and how the teaching and why teaching is so important. One thing that you kind of pivoted towards was that you somewhere realized that teaching is your calling, and that's where why one, of course, coming it from the family, and then the other thing was that you wanted to do it as for the noble cause as well, like picking up your two-wheeler and going around and teaching the underprivileged kids and all, which is
Correct.
tremendous, right? I mean, this generation thinking about this is very important because we always like, um it is said कि हम लोग ना बहुत we're getting self-centered. We think about us and our family only, but it is very important to think about the society because we are the people who make the society also, right? So I think this is
True.
so good that you are
And
doing.
kids are the pioneer of them. If they will be imbibing some such good values or
Yeah,
the new things with which they have to inculcate, then I believe then they will be framing the proper society which we are looking for. They could be
exactly.
the change that we are looking for.
Exactly, right? And hence, I think why you are on our channel as well, because that's the change we are looking for
Yes.
the society as well. And somewhere such stories can inspire people that we can be that change, or we can lead to that change. Why not, right? I mean, this is very inspiring. And when Mimansa told me about your story, and we were like, we have to cover for sure, we have to cover Drashi here.
Thank you so much.
you know Now you told about you were into a full-fledged corporate job, good paying corporate job, I can say, right? I mean, doing your
Yes.
engineering and all. And you might have faced some hardships when you kind of said that, okay, now I leave my job and I do this full, like, kind of as my full-fledged, my professional life now is towards this Voters Academy or towards teaching the people, right? So there might have been hardships, not just economical hardships. There can be, people not supporting you, taking
True.
that kind of an action, right? I mean,
True.
in India, if you have a full good paying job, people would not let you like leave the job, right?
Sleep peacefully. Correct.
So that would have been one piece, economics as well, because financially also it would have been a difficult call for you to make. So
Hmm.
all that said, how did you maneuver through it? Secondly, and then firstly, and then secondly, um, who came up to help you? How did you gather that help to get onto this journey?
Okay. So it's a really wonderful question, and I would be really happy to give this answer. So I was always such a person कि नहीं कुछ खुद का करना है, but I was not able to understand क्या करना है, wasn't able to get that thing. And meanwhile, I believe that cosmic powers was all framing everything. So corporate world, we all are quite aware कि क्या क्या चीजें होती रहती है, politics and everything. But things happened when I moved to Ahmedabad. I was transferred over here. I was working with one of the firm, and that was associated with the semiconductor industry only. So, touch what I can say in the semiconductor industry, कोई ऐसा economical thing नहीं मुझे face हुआ है कभी भी. It's a good paying field. But at the same time, what I was going through is a mental thing.
Mhm.
पैसे तो चलो मिल रहे हैं, but जब तक mental peace नहीं मिल रही है तो क्या ही फायदा है, वैसा हो रहा था.
Right.
Things were कि हम कुछ कर रहे, we like if I'm starting at the junior position right now, then we all are aware कि हमारे जो seniors होते हैं they will come to help us. But I have seen most of the seniors will be like bullying you or will be, under imaging you. कि, "अरे, you don't know this much also, you don't know that much also." So we will be pressurized to know each and everything by ourselves. Even the environment will be created in such a manner कि you have to know this. This is something that you have to cultivate by yourself.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, but sometimes we have to face, like we are facing some errors or some other things that we need to ask, we need to take a guidance from. During that time, I have faced many of such things that my lead wouldn't support me.
Mhm.
And one of the time, by learning, like it was almost a self-taught journey. And during that time, one of the things which happened is my my lead was able to take the full credit of a major fault
Mhm.
which I found out.
Mhm.
And she was like, this has been done by me. And we were standing almost in the bunch of 200 to 300 people. The leads of that product, that team were there. And I was able to see the entire people, the entire crowd was applauding for my lead,
Mhm.
which I felt it should be done for me. So that was a triggering moment.
Turning
And
point.
वो the major turning point in my life. आई एम लाइक कि बस अब बहुत हुआ, अब ना हो पाएगा हमसे ये कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड का लाइफ.
I know corporate is I have been through that phase, so I completely understand. I mean, I was micromanaged by my manager, and that's when I decided I'm not going to back this corporate world. I mean, I still fear that because I don't know, maybe it's better to be a leader than to just be a working person, like working for somebody else. So I completely feel you.
Yeah. No,
Thank you.
but yeah, and
So,
both of you are sharing your life experiences, which is good as well. And I think at times it happens so, like, I would say I have been lucky enough that, I've gotten um,
that's true.
people, in my corporate world, men who had been true mentors to me, right? I mean, who had been like, kind of saying that what's the right, what's wrong, and giving you, letting you be where you have to be, and not taking away the credit, like you were saying that somebody else took away your credit, which of course
Yeah.
it hits you back that all the effort was done by us, and then this is something that if you're not giving me the full credit, at least acknowledge the work that's been done.
कि हाँ, आपकी साथ में थे, आपके टीम में थे. Correct, correct.
Right. So yeah, I think such experiences in corporate, and I would not say कि always it happens. It happens, but then
Yes.
it's
Yes.
like at times who you get through, right? I mean, corporate में.
But somewhere I believe that I'm happy that this whole incident took place because that was, I believe that was a major pushing factor to me. Okay,
Yeah.
Drashi, now get up. You have to do something of yourself. So else, if I could have been blessed कि हाँ चलो corporate world अच्छा है, तो I would be the same person कि हाँ चलो monotonous जिंदगी जी लेते हैं.
Right.
Yeah, what happens for good.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. So when you decided कि भाई हो गया corporate life हो गया, now I have to
Mhm.
get to my passion or something that I
Mhm.
really like doing,
Mhm.
and you've been doing it, on the parallels. Um, did you seek support from your family, and did your family like outrightly gave you that support? Did you seek support from your like how did your friends and family react to your
Okay.
this thing?
So after this whole incident, I started with my ISRO preparation. I was already preparing for ISRO scientist level exam, and I was about to. I already appeared for that exam for 2 to 3 times, and I was always. I guess I for this all this 2 3 times, I wasn't able to clear the exam by 2 or 1 mark only, hardly 1 or 2 marks.
Hmm.
So each and every time this thing was, so again for this preparation, I was in Bangalore. So during that time, even some societal pressure of getting married and each and everything was going on. So Mama and Papa were
We know
calling
that.
me. So Daddy was mentioning ki haan chalo beta get married, you have to look for the better groom. And we have found a match and everything. Then I'm like, okay, I don't want to get married. I want to focus on my career only. But things were ki haan chalo dekh lete hai. So during that time we like me and my dad, I love my dad very much, but me and my dad had some little heated argument कि नहीं डैडी, I want to work over here, I want to work for ISRO, I want to study for ISRO. I'm a person who loves to study. Still, I am studying. I'm pursuing my master's in psychology.
Uh-huh.
So, so I'm a person who loves to study. So during that time also, I was saying कि नहीं मुझे ISRO की preparation करनी है, and I would like to take forward in the same direction. बट कुछ ऐसा हुआ कि डैडी ने हीटेड आर्ग्यूमेंट वैसा कर दिया कि अरे अब तक तूने किया ही क्या है. So I don't know, that word, that sentence has triggered me a lot, has put down me in such a thing कि अरे why daddy is saying such a thing. He knows me in and out. He has been aware कि how capable I am. He made me capable. My mom made me capable. So I believe कि ऐसा क्यों. And something happened. I cried whole night. But next day morning, this all happened on 3rd July 2021. On 4th July, it was my daddy's birthday. And on 4th July only, I found the name. I started the whole academy. I called my friend Purva. She is already into domain, in the teaching domain. And so I seeked her help. She has been my best friend. And I seeked her help. Ki Purva, I want to start this academy. I need your help because as she was already into teaching domain, she could be the major help in getting the best tutors, better educators. So she was like, हाँ Drashi, मुझे 2 दिन का time दे, I'll let you know. Still on 4th July 2021, I started the full-fledged SWATers Academy. जितने भी portals होते हैं educators के, I registered myself over there कि चलो अब मुझे start कर देना है. I was deliberately looking for a better website कि मैं कैसे डिजाइन कर सकती हूँ, क्या क्या चीजें हो सकता है, लोगो कैसे बनाना है, क्या क्रिएट कर सकता है. So all this procedure was going on, and the registration all took up, the sign up on the other portals where the educators can have the students and everything took up in a good way. And on 7th July, I'm getting a call from Purva, Kidrashi, I am on. We can get together, we can work together, and we will be having a proper space where my ideas were, ideas can be maintained in a proper manner. In the same way, she was also having such an idea towards education. She wanted to give better education to everyone.
Right.
Thus, the procedure started in this way: SWATers Academy will be delivered mainly with one-to-one sessions only. We faced many challenges, and during this time, I got my first international student that was from Kazakhstan. And I'm like, okay, let's get started. Slowly, gradually. So I can say Purva was my first faculty, my first partner in this Waters Academy. Slowly, gradually, with one faculty, with two faculties. Currently, we are having 38 faculties.
Wow.
Many challenges were faced. I was working for 18 to 19 hours in a day. My sleep cycle used to be has always been of lesser duration, so I was taking a major advantage of it. I used to sit in front of it, used to do the various coding for the website or any other registration for the faculties, for hiring the faculties, for the students, because I wanted to start.
Right.
And I believe that COVID duration was the best time to hit the market.
Right. So did
This
you
is how.
thank your dad later on for, like, had he not said those words to you, this academy would have never formed?
I always thank him. I always thank my mom. I always thank my dad that whatever I am today, it is completely because of him. He has always been such a generous person कि हाँ बेटा तुझे जो करना है तू कर, तुझे वहां पे जाना है तू जा. He has never been, biased कि अच्छा you are लड़की, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. I have never heard such thing.
Right.
So when such higher words or such heated words used to come from him, I'm like I was taken aback. कि अरे why daddy is saying such a thing.
Yeah.
But I believe कि somewhere that thing was needed for me. It is needed. कभी अगर कोई पुश करता है तो it is needed. जैसे काफी जो birds होते हैं, they will be taking their younger ones to the cliff and then they will push. I believe daddy has done the same thing to me.
Nice.
The
Oh, wow.
push was needed, and then only I let my wings come out, and then I was able to fly.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean,
I
such a
know.
good
So
analogy.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Mimansa.
No, I was just saying same thing, like so true. We all need a push.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's glad that in your case it was your dad.
Yeah.
And I mean, what can be better person than that? So
Yeah.
Yes,
Like, yeah,
indeed.
who can be a better person? So
Right.
definitely.
And I think, with parents, and especially the parents who believe in their kids a lot, right? Um, Such words, of course, as you said, are very like kind of, awakening ki, if my father is
Correct.
saying so, like, if he's
Hmm.
thinking so, what is the society thinking about me? Because, this is the person who cheers me in everything. So,
Correct.
sometimes I think that's where, but then I think with parents also, the other thing is that if you're falling down, they are the first ones who will support you, right? I mean, they are the first ones
Yes.
who won't let you down, right? I mean, who won't let you just touch the earth because they'll take you up, right? So I think it's a balance, and somewhere, as you said, like, parents, and especially I would say fathers who believe in their daughters, right? I think we three are sitting here whose fathers, for sure, for that matter, have never treated girls as girls, rather treated like, you're just,
Yes, I'm extremely, I can
human.
say I'm heavily endowed with the best men.
Yeah.
I got the best dad, best brother, and best husband also.
Right, there you go, right? I mean, it's like, as and hence that's where I was coming at, is that, it's like, whenever you want to take something different from your normal thing, right?
Mm,
It's like it's the society. While you think about the society, it's the people from the
true.
society itself who kind of come and support you, right? I mean,
Yes,
as you rightly said, maybe Purva, your friend, who of course supported you in the initial, but had it not been
yes,
your father, or if it is not today your husband who supports you through your thick and thin, I think, the get going doesn't happen, right? I mean, so it's like, the support that you need to get going as well, right?
yes.
So talk about, while we want to deep dive more into another episode of about your Swarters Academy more, but just to give a sneak peek to when it started in 2021, 4th July 2021, to now, right? I mean, you started with one tutor or two tutor, including you, to now, where it has a pretty good online presence, and then, then, you talked about 38 tutors, right? So
Yes.
so is it like 38 tutors growing, or is it more like, yeah, if you guys could give us a sneak peek of your academy.
Sure, sure. So Swatters Academy was mainly focusing on the emerging students as well as the faculties who wanted to be the part of the academy. So faculties are not completely like that. Ki, they have done their BEd and then only they can pursue. There are many engineers, there are many MBA faculties also. So the thing is कि काफी ऐसे ongoing मतलब engineering में पढ़ने वाले बच्चे भी होते हैं who wanted to make money because COVID duration was such a we all know how pandemic was.
Right.
So during that time, many of the engineering students also approached me that ma'am please कुछ job दे दो हमें job चाहिए. So with that also I got the idea कि हाँ चलो we can have, and I was looking for the passionate teachers. मुझे एक degree specific नहीं जाना था. Because eventually in this today's world we all are aware कि बस degree specific होने से कुछ नहीं होता है. The passion should drive you properly.
Right.
So currently, we have 38 faculties on board. All of them are majorly active faculties. Few of them are working as a freelancers. Few of them are working as a part-timers. So along with their work, they are working with swatters also. The reason they can work effortlessly over here is कि उन्हें पूछा जाता है that are you a morning person? Can you wake up early in the morning or you would like to stay up late in the night? The reason for asking this question is Swatters is having global market right now. We are having students from other countries also. We are having students from USA, Sweden, Germany. So the time difference को देख के we are looking for the faculties who can take up the class early in the morning or late in the night. वी हैव ईस्टर्न कंट्रीज के जहाँ पे इंडिया से डिफरेंस हार्डली 3.5 या 4.5 घंटे का है. इवन यूरोपियन कंट्रीज आर ऑल्सो हैविंग ऑलमोस्ट सेम डिफरेंस का टाइम. सो काफी फैकल्टीज कुछ कुछ फैकल्टीज है जो मेनली रात में भी क्लासेस लेती है और अर्ली मॉर्निंग में भी सेशंस काफी के होते हैं. एंड करेंटली वी आर हैविंग 170 प्लस स्टूडेंट्स और जो स्टूडेंट्स है वो अभी 21 प्लस कंट्रीज में से है. सो फार अभी तक जहाँ पे स्वॉटर्स पहुंचा है तो आई कैन से 21 कंट्रीज तक हम पहुंच पाए हैं. स्लोली
Fine.
एंड ग्रेजुअली वी विल ट्राई टू ग्रो.
Well,
सो
when
हमारी
you
ये
go
movie
here,
चल रहा है.
70 plus students, 38 plus teachers, it's a very journey to talk about. I mean, it's no less, right? I mean, starting from, from during the COVID time, but of course, as you said.
Hmm.
So I think what I heard from you is that you're not just teaching, but you're kind of also generating income for the people in the
Hmm.
need, right? I mean, people who
Yes,
have some passion towards teaching, people
correct.
who want some extra income, right? I mean,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
then can do that part. That's where you're kind of connecting those, and so your academy, I can say, is a platform where it's like, marketplace analogy. So marketplace where you have a person seeking something, and then there's a person who's providing that thing. So you are
Yes.
that marketplace where you're kind of, and then that's a win-win for everyone. uh, Oh, so that's great. I mean, Rashi, I mean, of course, kudos to you and your
Thank
friend,
you so much.
the work that you're doing, and of course, you're giving it back to the society, which is also, commendable. Right? At such a young age to think about all this, to kind of come from, see, at times, people say ki, what, if you're working for the society, it should not be monetary based. But I feel otherwise. I feel like, if it is, there is there is one is, of course, your inner satisfaction, of course, but you have to run your house also, right? So,
True.
if it is inner satisfaction, if you're giving back to the society, which in your case you're giving the education, needed education and everything, and in
Mhm.
return you are earning something out of it, of course, that's where it's your bread and butter earning income. So why not, right? I mean, it's a win-win. You're still giving to back to the society. It doesn't have to be free all the time, right? I
And
mean,
in a way, I guess it's good also because then the other person does not feel like being obliged or something. And it has the right I don't know, like what to say, uski qadar hoti hai. Otherwise, like, people don't care for the free stuff you get, right?
Yes, yes.
Freebies
I'm
are like
totally in the
freebies
same.
only.
right.
So
Correct.
it's better to, like, I mean, दोनों काम हो रहा है ना. I mean, it's everywhere, like you said, it's win-win. I mean,
Yeah.
कहीं पे there is no loss.
No,
Yes,
Yes.
you rightly said, Mimansa, right? I mean, it's like, one, of course, it's taken for granted because,
exactly.
it's for free, so we can. But on the other side, free doesn't run our family, cannot run our.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
So if we want to give back to the society, because what happens is that you will run it for free for some time, or run it out of your pocket, but then it starts hitting you back, and then those things end up not well, right? So here
yeah,
it's like, okay, I wanted to do something for society. I wanted to teach kids as well, so I'm doing that. But then I'm also providing employment or source of income for people in need,
True.
who are needing it. And then also, it's like I'm running my house also based on that. So I think
Yes.
this is what the smarter generation should do, right? I mean, they should not be like कि सोसाइटी के लिए करना है तो कुछ फ्री या चैरिटेबल या वही हो सकता है. No, it's the right mindset, right? I mean,
hmm,
Yes.
to
Even earlier, I was doing the same thing. I was providing education for free only when I was doing a job.
right,
So on
yeah,
weekends, I used to go. But
right,
I got to know this mindset कि अगर कुछ free है तो people will be considering कि नहीं, this is not something that we will be looking for.
right,
If it's free,
yes.
then it's not valuable.
right,
But exactly,
Simple
like
one,
it's
yes.
like कि वो कुछ गड़बड़ है, मतलब अगर कुछ like this is education, so even they doubt your skills.
right.
या
Correct.
अगर हम कुछ चीज दे रहे हैं तो देन इसमें शायद कुछ गड़बड़ है, या तो एक्सपायर्ड होगा या तो पुराना होगा या तो कुछ. So we have that mindset, right? Everybody,
Hmm.
because unless it comes with a price tag, it is not valued.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like it's unworthy. So
yeah,
it's better कि खुद की skill पहचानो and then, like,
yeah.
walk in the right direction using that.
Yeah, and then,
Yes.
I might be repeating myself, but then yes, you are still giving back to the society. If that's the need,
Exactly.
you should be doing something towards the society. You're still doing it.
Hmm.
So, of course, we'll talk more about your academy in another episode. We want to do one very
Okay.
episode only on the Swatters Academy, Drashi, where we talk about what your academy does, how does you connect to the connect the tutors to the kids, and how does that all work, online, offline, how do you all do that? So a lot of details that we would want to talk, and maybe because again, hearing from you, if somebody gets like kind of gets to know about your academy and they can get, take advantage of that, why not, right? I mean, be it a student or be,
Undoubtedly, yes.
right? So we'll do that much more in more deep dive into another episode. So for sure we'll be looking forward to talking to you further again.
Same
But
here.
thank you so much. Really appreciated the talk and had so much fun. I mean, as I said in the beginning, you are an enterprising entrepreneur, like taking from, leaving your job to starting an academy, and just in one day you kind of set up your academy and got it running, did not wait for approvals. At times we wait for our kind of approval to go take that next step, but you did not. So that's another thing, like I think people should learn from you that if it is in the calling from within, take that step.
Yes.
I
Move
think
on.
I
And
just scrolling
anything,
down the. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
it's all right, you can say. I believe कि कभी भी कुछ भी ऐसा push मिलता है या whenever anything is hitting you, it's definitely for your betterment.
Right.
Definitely. It is
Yes.
going to shape your
Yeah.
future in a very better manner that you might not have even think of.
True.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
No, that's true, and that's what I was like, similar thing saying that I mean I was just scrolling on Instagram, and uh I think Pooja Bedi's daughter, she was just saying that, like, about the self-worth and like working on yourself. She said, if you want to start something new, just do it for 5 minutes, and if you feel it's good, continue, otherwise stop. I mean, that's when you know, if you, I mean, 5 minutes is good enough to know you are like, you like it or you don't like it. So I really like that thing, that is still stuck with me, that, like, just give 5 minutes to that thing. So I guess Drashi turned her 5 minutes and push and everything into a wonderful academy. So that's so great.
For sure. Yeah, and
thank
so,
you so
so
much.
wishing you all the very best, Drashi, for your
Thank you so
academy,
much.
for your future ahead. Of course, keep doing these endeavors. I mean, of course, and wishing you all the very success in whatever endeavors that you do. But as I said, we would want to talk more about your academy in the next episode. So we'll be, of
Sure.
course, tapping on you for that one. But thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much to both of you, Mimansa and Sugandha. Really, it was a wonderful talk. I really enjoyed this. Thank you for, bringing up my story to the world. Thank you.